All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Lois. Good morning. I think that should be Joel. I'm seeing Bola Football Academy. Good morning, everyone. And yes, welcome to episode 17 of our analysis, synthetic trading analysis. And as usual, this is Dan here, Dan Scott Traders Hub. That's the channel, Dan Scott Traders Hub. And of course, like how we always do it, if you don't mind, kindly go ahead and share to your friends and family, and probably to the people that you may want to join you in trading, and also join us to be a community. We are trying to grow a community of traders that dig deep into trading, knowing how to analyze, and growing the money back daily. So go ahead and share, like, subscribe, encourage your friends and family, those who are sharing to also do the same. All right, thanks again in advance as you're doing that, and of course we'll be getting into crash 500 as usual. We'll start with crash 500 as usual. So crash 500, we saw this. It actually later on came and did exactly what I was anticipating to do, and it even exceeded at that level. So let's look at where it came to. According to H4, it came to all the way to this OB. It came to all that of the block. It came to that order block. And now we can clearly see that all this is no longer necessary. This, that, this, all these have already served the purpose. And so now we are looking at entering buys to take us all the way up there because we are waiting for this manipulation move to take liquidity on that level. Those who remember the analysis clearly was to take out that liquidity. On the daily, you can clearly see that this is the order block that we actually came to. That is the order block. So all this has been that order block, and clearly we can see we have already reached half of that order block, and now we are clear to continue with the buys according to daily. So the buys are very clear. Although today it started as a sell day, the first two candles, two H4 candles are sales, but you can clearly see that that was a retracement. So let's look at where we anticipate this retracement to end from. It may come back to this level. It may not reach all the way down. It may just come back to this level only, and then continue into the buys. This is just a retracement. To be sure, we can use Bollinger Bands here. I hope my sound is very clear. We can use Bollinger Bands there, and you can see that the retracement, this candle, is finishing soon. Once it finishes, I'll be entering my entries according to Bollinger Band. I'll be entering my buys. To take me now. I'll be anticipating these buys to even break through this falling wedge that we have there. This falling wedge in the first day, the Bollinger Bands. So I'll be anticipating this move to actually break out, and break out of that falling wedge. Alright, so that is what we can anticipate. Remember, according to day, we are still looking at pushing it to that level there, to overbought. And that's what we'll be looking at. Even on other time frames like H4, it is a clear buy now. It has already reached the oversold down below there, so we are in for the buys to take us all the way up for the as we continue the buys, and we are looking at this time reaching that order block. Previous time it was only getting to this level there. It is a resistance level there, and now I can actually drag it to do this. So this time we may see it continue all the way up there, continue all the way up there, here or here. So most likely we will see it reach that level there according to daily, and then start to drop, because according to weekly, we're supposed to be selling. According to weekly, we're supposed to be selling. So we will wait for whatever happens here to determine, because according to CCI on the weekly time frame, it shows us that we are overbought from this level here, all the way from this level we reached overbought. So we will wait. Sometimes you need to understand that sometimes what we see here on indicators is not actually what price action may be showing us. Now the reason why I'm saying that is simple, because from here, from this move, is you're seeing the buys getting to the consolidation later on, and here we have the breakout. So if we have the breakout out of the falling wedge on the weekly there, then you know that we are looking at buys even breaking this high to take us to the new high, which is all the way onto that order block. So we may not see sales in the longer run on the liquidity that it left back to drag, then it continues into the buy. There is also that to first come again for the sales, then grab this liquidity on that order block there, and then later on, this is an order block. We call it untested resistance, support. So we are just waiting for it. If it is tested, then you know that buys will even come around and break all these resistance levels that we are seeing. So for now, I would not follow this move, because we have this untested order block which will become a support level in the future. So once it is tested, then we will have a support level there. And so now all we know that is we are in for buys according to H4 and daily. According to even H1 we are buying. Then okay, now getting into M15, now we can look for entries, and the one that I can clearly see is this kind of the one I can clearly see here is this kind of support that is happening there. So this clearly shows you that we have a strong support on M15, so which will lead us into, which will eventually lead us into something like that. We'll have a breakout there, because we are looking for buys in the longer run. So I don't expect to break out into the sells unless there is some liquidity left back. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So all I see is now get into the buys and then push and break out there. Then you can enter once price breaks out of this level there. So the entry we can now anticipate is once price breaks out of this descending triangle on M15. M15, descending triangle on M15. That's what we could anticipate for now. All right, any questions there? I've taken a lot of time on Crash 500. I wanted to show you all possible ways we are going to make money off it, all the way from higher time frames to lower time frames. If you guys have a question, I'll be waiting for it. in the comment section there, so I'll be checking. Once you have a question or a comment or a concern, then I'll be ready to answer it. All right, now that leads us to go to boom 1000. Let's head over to boom 1000. Let's head over to boom 1000. 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 And of course, those who remember previous episode, we talked about that move there, and you can clearly see where this candle reached. It actually broke through. What is that level there? That is a fair value gap there, and if we can go all the way to H1, you can clearly, it came and touched it, but I'm not convinced that it is only going to just touch it and move away. It is just a trick to take money there. So all I can still anticipate is a move to take me at least in the middle there. At least in the middle, then I can start my sales. So, or I can even break. Let me see, according to daily. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. I'll be anticipating sales on H4, and on daily actually sales. Weekly we are on to for buys, but we are grabbing that liquidity there according to weekly. So I'm still anticipating price to reach there and then drop down. So for now, I can't enter any sales. I'll be risking. I can only enter sales if price decides to continue and break this level here, break that level. So this one we are taking it off, we're taking that off, and now we are waiting for price to reach there. The sales are still on until price reaches there, or even manipulates to break through and then come back. So we have, let me first leave it here. This can be the one that can show us another level there, either there to take us down below, because we have an order block on that level there. So we leave that at that. Now we head over to H1 and look at what H1 is doing. Okay, we are making some sort of a pullback on H1. So what do? We look for where we can make our buy entries from, and we know that we have our high there, and we can see that price has come to this level. We have our order, just change this color, change that color to gray. The place, change that to that, and we also have this as our. So we are going to see price either come to, already it has come sort of to this level, but we may see it come to that and then head over to there. So that's what I may anticipate for now. That's what I may anticipate for now. And this is H1. So let's look at M15, and clearly M15 is selling. So if I so I can now make my sell entries there, and put my stop loss just above there, and my TP will be right here in the middle, right here in the middle, and I'll be looking at 20. That's a lot, so it's a 1 to 2, 1 to 2 risk to reward, 1 to 2. Let me make it exactly 1 to 2, so that I am not risking much. Yes, at least there, 8 to 20, and be looking at this. Then later on here, I'll be looking for my buy entries. I'll be looking for my buy entries here. Yes, I'll be looking for my buy entries there. I'll be looking for my buy entries. So that's how I've concluded with this asset. I'm not expecting any turn, although from M15 you can see that this is some kind of support, but we're going to see if it is actually going to hold. So we'll wait for that, but for now, according to H1, I'm looking at price coming all the way down below here and then give me an entry for the buy to take me all the way up there on that level. Remember, I've used my smallest lot size, that is 0.2 on Boom 1000. So if you don't have some account that is beyond 50, around 50 and above, I don't expect you to be in such a trade, because you're going to be losing around $8. That would be a significant loss compared to your account, because you're always looking at a maximum 5% risk drawdown per day. So if you're going into 5%, if you calculate, you will understand that 8% is bigger, is beyond 5% of $50. So you need to check back and look at how you look for another entry. Get another asset to trade for now, until you get a good clean entry of Boom 1000 that you can make your that has at least a low risk. But this one is some high risk compared to an account that is below 50. All right, so now I would want to head over to Boom 500. If you guys have a question on Boom 1000, I'm all ears. Kindly comment there. Say whatever you want to say. If you have another way that you are looking at it, please share. Maybe yours is the right one. And actually, let me show you some other thing. This is interesting on H1, but I think I can even see it on M15. Let me see if it is actually what I'm seeing. It is actually what I am seeing. Yeah, it is actually what I'm seeing. Now this becomes a falling wedge. Let me see in H1. Yeah, it becomes a falling wedge there. That becomes a falling wedge. Now we all know what a falling wedge will do, so we know that it will eventually break out going up that side. So according to what I've seen, we may not reach this level according to for this falling wedge, the way it is. And now we are just coming from that lower what I want to close my entry here. Why? Because I've just seen that price may make another move to take me up there and then later on go down. So I will not make my sell entries anymore until I see price come to around that trend line there. Then I can make my entries for the sell. And again, my buy entries, I'll still stick to this to be safe. I don't want to have my bigger floating loss if I enter here and then it goes down below. I will wait. If I get time to be on the chart, I will wait for it to give me clear entries either here or here. But already I have my buy limits set on this level because it's a level that is significant and that one may wait for. But now I will just I'll just wait. Don't want to risk anything. Now I just wait for things to play out. When price reaches here, when price gets to that upper trend line, I can make my sell entries to take me down below to that level, and if it doesn't, then I will still not be in it. So that's it for Boom 1000. Hope it is now clear and you are not going to make any mistakes around this asset. Alright, so now I want to head over to Boom 500. Boom 500. Boom 500. So Boom 500, we saw that. Of course, we were anticipating this. As you remember, we are anticipating this. We are anticipating this sell, and let's see, did we reach that move? No, we didn't. So it never reached where we anticipated it to reach on this level here. What was that level on daily? That was an order block. So we had two levels. Either way, it turned from discount level. That's what we all wanted, to make our entries on discount. So if you're looking on the daily, this is the level that was significant there, and that's where it made its turn from. So now I can delete that. I can now look at this as the significant one. We no longer need this. We no longer need all this. Those who remember, we had said we will make, because we had anticipated this double bottom, where I had told you that we will make our buy entries once price breaks that level. The problem is that on H4 we never saw a retest, but now we've been given a retest on H4 on around this area. We have that retest there. It was clearly coming to that fair value again. So we have that retest there. Somehow it is confirming the buys. But on the other hand, you can see that that's also that's also that area there. That's sort of a resistance level there. So all I can do now is first delete all these, delete this, delete this, delete all this, make chart clean again, and we wait, and you can grab this because we haven't still evident that may be a good resistance. Okay, so now our chart is somehow clean. Delete all this, so the purpose already. And now we head over to we know that we have some resistance here. Is it enough to hold us back? Let's look at H1. So H1 confirms it is enough, and let's see H4. Any liquidity left back to come to? I don't see one. Probably it's going to come again. Yeah, probably it's going to come again to this OB, because it's the only thing I see that holds liquidity down below here. I don't see any fair value gap there. So if that's the case, that means that we will be seeing something like this, then later on go back there. Remember, we are looking at sales on daily and even on weekly. So it means if this happens, we'll be getting some sort of double bottom, but then later we'll be looking at coming to that level there. That is the order block, the previous daily order block at the top there. We'll be coming to that level. That will be the retest confirmed and finished, and then later on head over for the sales, clean sales on all time frames, weekly and daily and H4. So all that is what we'll be anticipating. So for now, I want to keep with H1 until price breaks this level. I have no entries for any buys at all. No entries for any buys at all, because clearly H1 is showing us some sort of double top there, some sort of double top. So we'll be waiting. This shows that we first had a fake breakout there, then later on went back in, and then this time we had a breakout, a retest didn't close back inside, and now we are outside this falling wedge, which clearly confirms the buys. So although we see CCI showing us this, the buys may hold. You need to know that. So although we may see this happen here, the buys may hold. So we just wait for anything to happen. We may anticipate sales here, but we have just seen this was a falling wedge. Now we can see we had a breakout. This was a successful breakout. Retest did close back inside. This retest went all the way inside. So now we can a new H4 candle has started. So we can wait once price breaks that level there. Then we can make our move for the buys there. Let's head over to M15 and see what is happening. M15 is also showing us that sales are somehow still on. So this is Bull 500. We'll just wait for the buys to start. All right. So I want to leave this at this level at actually H1, and then we will be coming back to check how it has performed, if we have entries or not. All right, so that is boom. That is boom 500 for us there. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning, Henry. I think that is who. Forgotten the name that you use. The one who's using Henry. All right, so let's head over to now V10-1S. VT10-1S. So Volatility 10-1S, exactly what we wanted. and how we had anticipated we reached there. And I hope you guys made this money here, because I clearly explained that now that retest candle did close back inside, we had this move. Although the momentum was low, but we had it. What we can clearly see is that it is somehow holding back sellers are somehow holding back the buys to reach to our preferred targets. This is where we anticipate, and the reason why we anticipate that is because of this previous move that brought us into consolidation. So that's why we are anticipating this. That's why we are anticipating that. So now where we are at, of course here I made my entries. Those are the entries all the way from that level to there. I had my 2 entries. I entered another entry today morning, but I had my tight stop losses taken out there. This was another entry, buy entry today morning. It was, well, actually what it was yesterday evening. Yeah, yesterday evening. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yesterday evening. It was, oh no, it was morning, because it was around 1 a.m. So yeah, that's why we're seeing that. So and you can clearly see that I was taken out here. And now we can look at how to, in fact now I can delete some of these. You can see no longer need this, it has already served its purpose. We have already made that money, so we can delete that. This support is sort of still needed, so we can drag it a bit here, and also this, we can just drag it a bit there. Now this never happened, this happened, this never happened. We actually solving that, so we can delete all this. Now head over to H1, something that I've just seen, but I need to confirm it on H1 and M15. Now I can clearly see something like that on that level there, and then another thing like that there, and that's a clear falling wedge. It's a clear falling wedge. Now it means we are consolidating, and later on we may see, as usual, we may see some manipulation, then later on come into that level like that. So, or we may not see even the manipulation, we may see the breakout immediate take us there where we are waiting for as our target. Yeah, so all that we can do right now is to trade it to trade it inside here. We can trade it inside this level here. When it reaches there, you make your sell entries all the way there, and clearly you can see that on M15 it gave you a clean double bottom down below here, and confirmation was here on CCI there, and that's where we had that a clean entry for the what, for the buy. And of course, as usual, entry in the books is once price breaks the neckline there. That's where you had your clean entry, your stop loss down below here, and your target is up there on the trend line there. So this has already left us, although we never saw a retest, so we may anticipate a retest. Retest happened on M5, so we can wait for the retest on M15. Once we have the retest, then you can make your entry to take you up there. Please always remember to apply proper risk management. Now this is going to be a short buy to take you up to the upper trend line, and this consolidation may go on even for the whole of today. So if you want to trade them this V10, you can take advantage of it within M15 here. Keep buying and selling, buying and selling. You reach here, you buy, it reaches up there, you sell until you finally break out. Alright, I leave that at that and head over to V75. V75. Oh yes, Eunice. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, just I'd forgotten the name we normally use. All right, so now we are heading over to V75. V75. 75. Now V75. Let's see. We made money here on that move there, and now we can clearly see that we've come back. Can delete now this. Delete. It is this on for. Delete all that. Delete this. And right now where we are, price has retested. H4 is still showing us the what? H4 is still showing us the sales. H4 is still showing us the sales, and according to CCI, that is according to CCI. Although if you are looking at price action, we can clearly see that the buys are on. Why? Because of the support level here. Because of this support level here. We broke out of the support and then came back again. Actually, it was not a breakout, it was just coming back to that support. So the support is holding, and we can now clearly see that it has returned to it to mitigate this liquidity on that order block, on this very order block. And now we can clearly see that the buys have started there, and of course according to daily, buys are on, and of course even according to weekly, we are supposed to be buying. That's what we can clearly see. We had to return to that weekly OB there. It is a weekly OB there that we can see all the way from this other side. So that's a weekly OB. Now all I can do now is head over back to daily and see what is happening. And the retest, we may have finished the retest on the daily, but still we have low momentum, and H4 clearly is showing us that. Let me see if Bollinger Band can confirm to us the buys. Yeah, it is actually confirming the buys. Bollinger Band is now confirming the buys. So what do? Those with big accounts, you can choose to enter from here, because we are just on a second H1 candle after that retest, and now of course even if we are to use our fib, you can clearly see that we are going to buy in discount as how we normally do it. And of course again another confirmation on H1. This is the other confirmation on H1, and you can clearly see that all things are pointing to the buys. So this was a manipulation breakout to later on get into buys. So what are we waiting for? Let's look at that. Now according to M15, we've been given a triple top, a triple bottom down below here. That is according to M15. That was a triple bottom, and now we can see that we had our neckline there, it has been broken. Now what is left for us is to wait for a retracement on M15 and make our buy entries. Remember, we still have that upper trend line to break, but now that we've grabbed liquidity on this very level there, this may not be something hard for it to be broken, because you can clearly see that some of these candles are now bigger. They may handle the momentum that this asset is having now, may handle to break out of that resistance up there. So now retracement on M15, entry for the buys. Please guys, if you see if the retracement is done, please communicate to the group so that we can all make an entry there, and we make this money. The buys are on, there's no compromise. I don't see any signs of sales at all. I only see signs of buys because of all that has confirmed. Now if I can clearly show you that actually even this was coming from there, that is an order block on M15. All things confirm this buy. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for the retracement on M15. After the breakout on that neckline, then we make our buy entry clean and precise. All right, that is V75 for us there. And right now I want to feature some comments if they're on, so we'll just put it here. Those are the comments that are coming in. Orala, good morning. I've seen Frank, so welcome guys. I mean Fred, sorry. Yeah, it is only doing two, so okay, so all the comments are there. So now let's head over to another asset, which is going to be the V50. It's on V50. So V50, now we had that breakout. Of course we knew that, and I hope you guys took that trade. I'm not sure, I didn't take it. When it gave me all this, what I wanted is for it to break there and reach there and then start to sell. So I was waiting for that, but I never made it, so I missed that. So now we can clearly delete all this, all that, and delete. And right now this fair value gap is holding. All we know is that according to daily, we've been breaking structure. This is a break of structure, and the only problem we clearly now see is that it has come all the way down below. We anticipated that it would come to this or that order block, but it has stopped from there, and of course we can confirm that with this very candle. If I can move this out, you can see that that is a flying, what is it called, a dragonfly. Yeah, so it's dragonfly there, and this is daily time frame. Of course we haven't reached oversold. That can happen at any time, because we can't just move like that into the buys without a retest. So because we already know that this is a support level there, this is a support level, so we are going to anticipate a retest, and we can delete that now, delete that. for this to be broken, this level here to be broken, price must come with enough momentum, and clearly you can see that sales are still on, and going to H4. Of course, I have my other order block on H4 here, so anticipation is price to come back to that level. Here it could not continue, so we want to buy when price comes to discount. And where are we seeing that? On this order block and on some fair value gap around this area here. So we wait for that. Going to M15, delete those. Going to M15 now, I mean H1. We can see clearly that we are selling. We are selling according to, it's a confirmation on CCI there, which is overbought on H1. So it's a confirmation of the sales, and price being below 10 MA is a confirmation also for the sales. So what do we do? Most of the times I make my entries here, but I will enter 2 of them only, and I'll put my price, I'll put my stop price just there. Don't want to make a big scene there, I mean a big loss, and I'll look for 1 to 3. So this is what, yeah, actually I've gotten 1 to 4, close to 1 to 4, yeah, 1 to 4, risk to reward, and I'll wait for that. If it works out, because I'm waiting to make my buy entries on that level there, on this order block, that's where I'm waiting. But it can even happen on this fair value gap, so that's why I'm putting my TP here and wait for whatever that will work out. Remember, this buy, it may continue here, it may not. We may see consolidation happen, and we may see something like this, you know. We may see something like this to keep dragging us into that and put us all the way down below. So you don't want to be in a trade that is ranging all that long. So you just take your profit here and you close. We wait for another entry down up there. We make another entry like that. So for now, I'll put my stop loss there because we haven't, the consolidation has just started, and we are going to anticipate that. But don't be shocked if you see something like this. If you see something like this on this asset, so I'll just leave my lines there just in case, but I can now delete this fib for now, and then we wait for what is this here? Delete. Okay, and now we wait for what? We wait for the entries there. Delete all these, and now we wait for whatever that happens there, whatever that happens around this area. All we know is we are going for consolidation, and later on it will give us buy entries to take us up there, All right, so that is V50 for us. Daily is like that, it is still selling. That's why we are anticipating that consolidation to take us all the way down below. So don't worry. But of course, even H4, I mean even weekly, still selling. But remember, we had that break of structure there. So this was a retest to grab liquidity, to retest. We may anticipate that. And now we've reached this order block, and we've reached a level that we wanted to buy from. Let me show you. This is the low that gave us that high. So if that is a low that gave us that high, this is all this is discount. All this is discount, and we can now start to anticipate buys to start on this level according to weekly. I hope we are together, because that was break of structure, retested to that level, then went ahead, break of structure, now it has retested. Now we may head over again for the buys. These buys that we are going to anticipate may clearly not even break that structure, may just return around there and then continue selling. But what we can anticipate now according to weekly is the buys, because we are in discount and we've gone deep to this very level there, and we can clearly see we have that order block there. It is the same order block that gave us that fair value gap there, so we are good for now. We wait for the buys on the daily to start, and then we'll be in the buys for some good time. All right, I think that clears the air. I can now delete this and then head over to daily and H4. Yeah, I will wait for this on H4. All right, so that this has been V50. Now we head over to jump 25. Jump 25. We have about 3 minutes to close the meeting. So jump 25. Jump 25. Jump 25. So jump 25. What did we stop at? Going back to H4, we are selling daily, we are buying, so that is a retest after the breakout, after the breakout structure there. And where did we want the buys to start from? Towards this level here. Have we reached? Let's delete this. Delete. Have we reached discount? Let's look at that. Not really. We haven't reached discount. So if we haven't reached discount, we still have some long way. We're still continuing. Although you can see that we've reached the breaker block. This level here is the breaker block from that level here. That's the breaker block where it broke structure from, going into the buys. So but now we can't just say we are going to buy from there. It's risky. We always buy in discount, so that can only mean that we are still selling. That can only mean that we are still selling. Now if we are still selling, we have some order block there. It's not that big deal, but we've reached a retracement level on CCI. On CCI we've reached retracement level. That means we may somehow see some buys come in. Now those buys, we may anticipate them to go back to probably around that level, premium level, which is the order block on the fair value gap on H4, and then from there we come again for the sales. So this is a structural anticipation that we can see for now. The reason why I'm doing this, although this has not closed, is because of this order block and because of this level that it has reached on CCI, the 0% there. So that's why I'm anticipating that this low may have been finished to be created, this very low here. So I'm anticipating H4 to have just finished creating a low. Now if it is confirmed as a low, then all this will be now valid. The buy entry to take us there, but we all know that the buy doesn't happen like that. You just come down below here and you confirm it on H1, and H1 clearly is confirming that we are oversold, which now confirms the buy to go on. But now how do we make our buy? I will wait for the retest to happen, and when price is above our 10 MA, boom, we enter our buys to take us all the way up there for this H4 retest to continue the sell. M15, let's look at it. M15 has already showed us the price is above 10 MA, but now I want to wait for H1. H1 will give me the right entry once it makes the retest, and then we make our buy entry. So know that today we may make some money on jump 25 if it gives us a retest on H1, and of course then we'll wait for the retest on H4 again and also make an entry there. So for now we wait for a retest on H1, and then we can make our buy entries as H4 confirms the low, the creation of the new low there. So if this candle closes as a buy, then the low has been confirmed that it is done being created. All right, so that is jump 25. Now let's head over to jump 10, which is our last asset today. Jump 10, jump 10, jump 10, jump 10, jump 10. So jump 10, we made some money, and of course I made some losses, but most of the times my entries, my profits exceeded my losses, although it kept on lingering around. Okay, so let's look at the history, how we performed. Yeah, it all started from here. This was when 16th, when was let's look at the date. Friday was 18th. So we started on Wednesday making that money. So yeah, so we made that money all the way from there to here up to when 17th. Then on 18th, which took on yes, on 17th I again made the sell. I don't know why I made it, and then I can see this was sort of my sell, my thing was taken out. After touching there, I was anticipating a sell to continue this very move, but like I always told you, it normally comes, you don't make your entry before it goes at least 50% of the order block or fair value gap. So that was my bad, and you can see it took my stop loss up there. After taking my stop loss, it gave us that double top, and then went into the sell. Now I wasn't online to make that entry. Then later on I made another sell here, only to realize that we were actually in that consolidation to give us a reversal, to give us a continuation of this previous entry. So this was a previous entry there. and clearly you can see that it hit profit, the profit target there, and then started the buy again. So for these two losses that I made, it was my own mistakes that gave me that. But of course, clearly you can see that these profits covered all these two losses here. So for now, I didn't enter again. You can see every day I had my one entry there. I don't want to overtrade. You make your strategy, I mean, you make your guidelines, you have your guidelines that protect you against blowing your account. You make sure you don't overtrade and you don't revenge. If I had decided to revenge, probably I would have entered here and again it would have taken me out there. So revenge trading is a very big problem. But now what we can do here is this is all now, it has all served its purpose. That was H1 there, analysis, and now clearly we can see we had a double bottom there, an entry there, and a retest, a clean retest there. Look at that, a clean retest on H1, retest, and then boom, the entry was there. It has already hit the first TP, it has already hit the first TP there. It has already hit the first TP. First TP was there, and now it is heading over to the second TP. Wow, this we've missed it. Let's head over to H4 and see if we can grab some money after retest. Wait a minute. Back to support. Daily is a buy. Okay, now I understand. Most of the times I want to draw my line like that so that I be knowing that I also have a trend line support. So delete this, delete. We wanted to make our entries from this or this, and it has clearly given us entry on that level. So this is the level that it has given us entry to, and we are anticipating our buys to go all the way up there. And according to daily, the move started in the retest. This was a retest here, and now the buy. Look at today's current candle. According to daily, it's a high momentum candle into the buys. This is V10, remember. So if we can go back to daily, we have some untested resistance up there, untested resistance levels up there, so you can just do it like, oh, it is tested once, so it is actually tested on that level there, so it is going back to it. So that clearly shows us that once we hit that level, we are coming back for this, so the sales will be on. Now I can delete all this, delete this, delete that. We are coming back for this. Let me show it to you. After creating a high there, it is not going to continue like that. It is going to make a retracement, and clearly this will be the low that give us the high that we'll have created up there. And now we'll be looking at probably a return to the fair value gap here that will be in premium, or we'll be looking at this, which will be in discount, or this one down below. But I would rather go with this, and for now we'll wait for a retest back to this level, then continue to buy according to daily. So for this today, do we have an entry? I don't see any entry. We have already missed a lot on the entries. I don't know if anyone made it. Of course, we had that to show us that we have a continuation. That is a flag there to show us that we have a continuation. of this trend, the previous trend, and clearly, as you know how we normally calculate our TP, this is where we are heading there. We are almost reaching the TP there. So I want to leave that at that and delete this, no longer needed with the shoulders. So I'll be waiting for price to come back to this level, but if it gives me a high, then I'll be in for the sells. If it gives me a high on MH4, I'll be waiting for my sells there. I'll be waiting for my sells there to bring you back around this level. Or even, remember, we have this support, this support level. We may see some high there, and we may see this price come around there, around here, this trend line there, around that trend line there, because it's now our support trend line. Touched it 2 times. Maybe this may be the 3rd time, or not, so we never know. So we have that, and then we also have this. So these are the 2 anticipations that I can for now look at. I'll be waiting for that, then we'll make our entries. I think that's it for today. Hope you guys will get some entries. Now if we are to do a recap, let's do a recap of where we started from. So we started on crash 500. Crash 500. Crash 500. We, of course, as I told you, it's going to be inside this descending triangle. It's a descending triangle currently because of this. This is acting as our support, and this is our resistance trend line there, and that's what is happening there. So price is going up there, back here, up there, back here, and once it breaks out, we are anticipating a breakout on this other level to continue the buys, and this time we are anticipating the buys to even break through that daily consolidation there, or a daily falling wedge there. The buy is that's what we are anticipating, buy to break out there, and once we have a breakout out of this triangle, then we can make our entries, because we know this time we have enough momentum to break through this trend line, this support, resistance trend line. That is crash 500, boom 1000. Yeah, a clean double bottom. Somehow it has started, but okay, the cells that I had entered, they would have still held up, but it has continued down below. So we'll wait to see if it is going to continue all the way down, because we are anticipating to come all the way down, and then later on come here. So I didn't want to risk when I entered around that area. This is where I entered from. When I entered there, you can see we had that pullback, so didn't want to risk it. It would have gone back to that upper trend line and come down, so no one knew what it would do. So it wasn't worth the risk. You just have to wait for better entries on this level here or there, but until they are created here, I can't make my buy limits. I rather put them down below and wait. So that's what we are anticipating. Clearly we can delete this, delete that. Now boom 500, boom 500. We are waiting for this retest to finish. Look at that. Before I finish the word, this candle went into that. So anyone who was in for the sell, sorry, you've just made a big loss all the way from here to there. That was one single candle. Let me show it to you. It's here. All the way from there to there. So was one single candle there. So that was a big loss, and it is still continuing there. It is still continuing. So we clearly know that we are looking for the buys there, and I've said clean entries when price breaks that level. You don't want to risk it. But again, of course, like I said, the retest didn't close in, so this was like a manipulation to grab the stop losses of the early buyers here. So where we are, I believe anyone can make an entry, but I would rather wait until it breaks that level there, and then make my buy entries. V10, we had a breakout, and I said now we'll wait for a retracement, and currently we can see that a retracement on M15 is happening. Once it is done, then you can make your entries, because this was a clear double bottom and breakout on the neckline. Now retest, then make another entry for the buy. But the buys are taking us up to the upper trend line, and probably even breakout. There is a possibility to break out to the other side to continue the buys. But you don't want to risk it. You may take your profits up there and call it a day if you don't want to risk it. But clearly you can see on H1 that is we haven't reached the overbought yet, so meaning the buys are still continuing. H4, it's a clear buy. We haven't reached overbought still, so it's still a clear buy. Daily, on the other hand, we've reached oversold. We've reached overbought, so that's why we are seeing consolidation there. Alright, so we wait for whatever it gives us in HNM15. V75, same thing. The retest has been finished there. We had a triple bottom there, and now I can make my entries there. Over 3 entries. I'm going with a 0 point. I'm going to put my stop loss just here, just there. I'm going to put my stop loss just here. I would even put it here, just below this retest candle, just below that retest candle. If it comes, it will take me out. I don't want to risk a lot on this asset. Alright, so that is V75. Of course, TP level is around that area to reach that trend line there, and you take your profits. So we leave that at that where it is. According to day, H1, this is a falling wedge, and we are looking at breaking it out and continuing with the buys. Continuing the buys, that's what we are looking at, and it is both. Before it does that, it may come back down on H4 at a later stage to I doubt it will come back. I doubt it will come back on H4. We will wait, but H4 CCI is showing us that it may come back again. But we wait, we follow price action, and confirm with indicators what exactly it is. Right, now that is V75, V50. I made my entry there. It is in floating loss, but clearly I was anticipating this. This hasn't been made already, so don't be confused if you see it. It is an anticipation of the consolidation that may happen. So I can delete it for now, but you guys will remember that see a consolidation there happen until it comes back to this level, then the buys begin for this order block. All right, so that is V50 jump 25. We are waiting for H1 to give us a retracement, then make our entries for the buys, because we are clearly buying almost on all time frames. Daily we are buying H4, we are looking for the retest there, and then make a sell probably back here or to this level, then enter the buys again. So we are looking for buys on jump 25. Jump 10, we are waiting for that to reach there, and then we enter sales for the retest to bring us to that order block. I think that's it for today. I want to wish you guys a good day. Hope you've had a great time with me here as we're analyzing. Don't forget that every Tuesday and Friday we have BTC analysis, and we'll be analyzing from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Tuesday and Friday. So those who haven't joined and you wish to join, please mark the date, the time and the days we are going to be meeting. I'm actually meeting. We started already. We are at episode 7, I believe, of BTC analysis. So we'll be meeting Tuesday tomorrow at 1 to 1:30, and then Friday 1 to 1:30. Otherwise, it has been me, Dan Scott, or Dan, whichever name you wish to use. Thank you for joining today, and I want to wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Forgive me, today we've gone ahead, we've exceeded our normal time. Hope tomorrow we won't have to explain a lot of things on crash and some other assets. That's what caused us to exceed our normal time, but hopefully tomorrow we will be punctual. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time. Have a nice day, and wish you good trading today.